Join us at the Pahrump Nugget Hotel and Casino with the #1 gaming experience and entertainment. The Pahrump Nugget has the #1 dining experience at Stockman Steakhouse, Golden Harvest Cafe, and the Gold Miners Buffet. Come get your game on at the Pahrump Nugget Hotel and Casino.
Today's news is brought to you in part by Dr. George Leeks, Pahrump's optometrist since 1990, offering full-spectrum eye care for children and adults. Call today, 727-8300.
An anti-bullying assembly was held this morning at Rosemary Clark Middle School.
Actually, we are very excited. We have a nationally acclaimed speaker on anti-bullying today with Mark Brown. He's funded out of the Great American Opportunities fundraiser that we had earlier this year. And that's what our fundraising money helps pay for. But the Great American Opportunities paid for him to come out, and it's going to focus on anti-bullying and cyberbullying specifically today.
Let's talk a little bit about that. You've had some other kind of assemblies for anti-bullying. This one is going to be a little bit different or going along the same lines?
It's the same theme. The theme is going to be bullying, anti-bullying, cyberbullying. And we want to make sure we handle that because that's the biggest issue in schools today is that's a constant with Facebook, with texting, with all the technology that's available. The harassment is increasing, the bullying is increasing, so we're trying to do everything in our power to curb that. So we provide as many things as we can to the students to give them avenues and lessons on how to handle that bullying, and hopefully this will help today.
Cyberbullying, a lot of times people think that it's kind of anonymous. They can more easily bully somebody over the internet. Are kids really aware that this is illegal, and are you making them aware through assemblies like this that how devastating it is to the victim and as well what kind of trouble they can get into?
Well, you know, we put it out at the beginning of the year. We tell them exactly that cyberbullying, how severe it can get. We have a Deputy Bolden or our school resource officer come out at the beginning of the year and we talk about cyberbullying. We let them know from the beginning that it's not allowed, it's unacceptable, and that it's against the law. And by providing these assemblies, they get the message from other people. They don't just hear it from us and get tired of us saying it. They get a message of what's happened across the country, what is happening currently with them. You know, the cyberbullying, unfortunately, and harassment, bullying in general, I wish I could say it would never end, but it's going to continue. So we need to provide as many opportunities as we can to teach the kids how to handle that, how to report it. We have our new Sprigio account this year that deals with bullying mainly, harassment issues that students can get on our website. They can go online, and Sprigio has been a great thing for us this year, but we want to provide as many opportunities and avenues to help the students get away from the bullying and how to handle those situations.
I'm here to do an assembly about relationships, how kids treat each other. I talk about the power of our words, how we treat those who are different, and even though we may be kidding, the impact our words and behavior can have on other people. And the goal is to get these kids to think about how they treat each other, their relationships, the words they use, their attitudes, what they post in social media, and the impact that can have on their peers, with one goal in mind: to build a greater community, more respect, more understanding across all age levels.
Tell me about your organization.
Well, Great American Opportunities, we work with schools across America for fundraising programs, but our goal is to go beyond fundraising and to provide educational opportunities. I mean, we want kids to learn about what's important about life in school, not just raising money, not just doing math, English, science, and languages, but it's about the idea of preparing yourself for the world out there, building a community locally and learning how to relate to others well, so when they hit the world outside, what they can do, how they can behave, how they can live will be more congruent. They can build communities, they can be more productive and be more caring and responsible.
The Pahrump Community Library has so much to offer. We spoke to librarian Miss Brenda to find out more.
Well, everything's about the same. We are having a coat drive that runs through the end of this month, and the coats will be given to one of the charitable organizations in town. So if you have any old coats or sweaters or anything warm that you'd like to donate, that would be great. We have a box set up for that. This Saturday we have the Family Craft Hour, so the children can come in with their family, their mom and their dad, and do a small craft. We open it for a whole hour, but it doesn't take but about, depends on the child, 10 to 20 minutes to do the craft. They just kind of can come in and go as they please. We will be starting up our winter reading program again February 12th. We're taking a little break to get caught up on some things. Other than that, everything pretty much stays the same. We still have our book club that's on the third Tuesday of the month at 1:30. This time we are having a luncheon, so it'll be starting at 12 o'clock. We do that a couple of times a year, which is a lot of fun. And we'd like to invite anybody who'd like to come join us for that. We're always looking for new members. Shakespeare still meets here every Tuesday. The Nitwits are still coming. I believe it's every Wednesday. And those are open groups, so anybody who wants to come to that can come.
And then the Nitwits, I assume, are a knitting group, right?
Yes, they knit and they crochet, and they bring their own projects, and they just kind of socialize while they do that.
The reading program that you're starting back up, what ages and when are those going to be held?
Well, we have 2 and 3 year olds, which is called Lap Set, and that starts at 10:15 to 10:45. Then we have the 4 and 5 year olds. It starts at 11 to 11:45. And then we have an after school program for the children when they get out of school from 3 to 4.
And then the Shakespeare roundtable that they have here as well, what days are those on?
That's on Tuesdays, yes.
You've got a lot of things here to offer, including, well, of course, reading material and video games. You can even use computers here, right?
Yes, we have a lot of computers here open to public use. Also, we're starting to get a few tax things in, not much. I don't think enough to put out yet, but I know it's been ordered because people do come here for their tax stuff, so we get prepared for that.
You can even rent DVDs at the library.
Oh yeah, we have a lot of DVDs, and that's one of our biggest rentals is the DVDs.
Oh, is it? Mm-hmm. And so come on down to the library. Any other things that you might want to mention that you have here top of the public?
Well, we have a lot of snowbirds come in, and they can purchase a snowbird card for $25 and have the same privilege as everyone else. Mm-hmm. And they get part of that refunded at the end if they choose when they leave. And I'll give you the phone number if you have any questions. It's 727-5930. Please call if you have any questions. We are open Mondays through Thursday, 10 to 6, Friday and Saturday, 10 to 5.
And where are you located?
701 East Street.
Right off of Highway 372 in between Wilson.
Yes.
Well, the water of some 300,000 West Virginians may not be safe, according to authorities. Residents in Kanawha County began yesterday reporting a foul odor similar to licorice in the air. Investigators from the Kanawha County Fire Department and the State Department of Environmental Protection soon found where it all started. A leak from a 48,000-gallon storage tank along the Elk River, which is a regional water source. The chemical had overflowed in a containment area around the tank, then migrated over land and through the soil into the river. The substance is 4-methylcyclohexane methanol, which is used to wash coal, and people are not allowed to drink or use the water for anything but to flush the toilets at this time. There has been a state of emergency declared in 9 counties. The ripple effect is causing businesses to close, hospitals to be overwhelmed, and no one knows when they will get the all clear. FEMA has arrived to help with water distribution. There is no report how many have been affected by drinking the water, but residents are urged to seek emergency help if they feel dizzy or nauseous. Recording artist Moody Scott will be celebrating his 50th anniversary in music at the Tacopa Hot Springs. Scott will be releasing a new CD called Going Back to My Roots, which will feature some of his earlier classic soul recordings. The event will be held Saturday, May 3rd, beginning at noon. For more information, you can give him a call, 702-764-4445. And here's Angela Miles with today's First Business Brief.
This is the First Business Brief for Friday, January the 10th. I'm Angela Miles. Taxing times at the IRS. A spokeswoman tells Congress the agency is teetering on the brink of collapse. Between budget cuts and years of underfunding, the IRS needs a major cash infusion. The agency warns it's unable to keep up with calls from taxpayers, answering only about 60% compared to 87% a decade ago. In a sign Americans are feeling more confident about the labor market, more Americans are quitting their jobs. In October alone, 2.4 million people resigned. That's a 15% increase from last year. Analysts closely watch the numbers because it correlates with how confident people are about getting hired. And consumers are still holding back on spending. Shares of discount store Family Dollar fell 2% after reporting weak sales numbers and cutting its outlook for the year. Bed Bath & Beyond stock also lowered its outlook. That stock plunged 12%. That's the First Business Brief. I'm Angela Miles.
When we come back from this break, we'll have your weather with Noah Beacon and some announcements.
News 46 weather is brought to you by your local dairy farmers. Dairy products are very important in maintaining a healthy body.
Hello and welcome back to News 46. Today is Friday, January 10th. Today we had sunny skies with a high of 63 degrees, an average temperature around this time of year of 57 degrees. Winds were coming from the south at 3 miles per hour with gusts up to 9 miles per hour. The UV index today was 3, which is moderate. Humidity is at 27%. Sunrise is at 6:55 this morning, and the record high in 1996 was 69 degrees. Tonight, we'll have partly cloudy skies with a low of 33 degrees, an average temperature around this time of year of 39 degrees. Winds will be coming from the north-northeast at 2 miles per hour with gusts up to 4 miles per hour. Humidity will be at 59%. Sunset was at 4:48 p.m., and the record low in 1937 was 11 degrees. Tomorrow we'll have partly cloudy skies with a high of 67 degrees and a low of 35 degrees. Winds will be coming from the south at 5 miles per hour with gusts up to 8 miles per hour. Humidity will be at 35%. Sunrise will be at 6:55 a.m. and the UV index will be 3, which is moderate. For our 7-day forecast, we have a mostly sunny week. Your high temperatures will stay in the 60s, and your low temperatures will be ranging from the high 20s to the high 30s.
Thanks so much, Noah. A fundraiser to benefit Jordan Leach, the son of Catherine Leach, who tragically died in a vehicle accident, will be held this Sunday at 3 p.m. at Tumbleweed Tavern on the corner of Leslie and Bovista Streets. There's also a celebration of life scheduled at Sullivan's Bar on Mesquite on January 26th at 3 p.m. The funeral for Catherine Leach is scheduled to be held on February 8th at Pahrump Valley Mortuary at 11 a.m. There's also an additional celebration of life to be held at Liberty One Arts Center, located at 2300 North Elbridge Street on North Highway 160 and Blosser Ranch Road, beginning at 2 p.m. on February 8th. For more information, you can give us a call here at the station at 727-9400 extension 201. There will be a fundraiser dinner for the Relay for Life team Help Whip Cancer at the VFW Post on Homestead tonight from 5 to 7 p.m. For $10, you get pork schnitzel with noodles, vegetable, and a roll. All funds raised will go to the 2014 Relay for Life Cancer Walk, which will be held on May 16th and 17th at Petrick Park. And that's going to do it for this edition of News 46. I'm Deanna O'Donnell. From everyone up here on the Hill, including Darby, Patrick, and Tiffany back there in the back, we'll see you here again on Monday night.